The red-haired girl and the missing colors. In a small, quiet village surrounded by golden fields, there lived a cheerful girl named Ruby. She was known everywhere as the red-haired girl because her hair shone like flames in the sunlight. Ruby loved her hair. It made her feel special. Every morning, she would stand by the mirror, brush her curls, and say, "Good morning, sunshine hair." The villagers adored Ruby for her kindness. She helped the old baker carry flour sacks, told stories to little children, and even fed stray cats by the fountain. But what people loved most was her bright spirit, just like the color of her hair. One day, something strange happened in Ruby's village. When she woke up and looked outside, everything seemed dull. The blue sky looked gray, the green grass looked dusty, and even her bright red hair looked brown in the mirror. "Oh no!" Ruby gasped. Where did all the colors go? She ran out to the garden. The flowers that once danced in red, yellow, and purple had turned pale. The villagers stood around, whispering in worry. "What's happening to our world?" cried the old baker. "I don't know," Ruby said, looking around. "But we must find out." Ruby decided to search for the missing colors. She packed a small bag with bread, water, and her favorite red ribbon. Then she followed the path into the forest, hoping to find an answer. As she walked, the forest trees looked gray and tired. Suddenly, a soft voice whispered, "Who dares to enter my forest?" Ruby looked around and saw a tiny fairy sitting on a gray leaf. Her wings, once rainbow bright, were now colorless. "Did you take the colors?" Ruby asked. The fairy shook her head sadly. "No, little one. The colors disappeared when people forgot to be happy. They stopped laughing, sharing, and caring. When hearts turn dull, the world turns dull too." Ruby thought for a moment. "Then maybe I can bring the colors back." The fairy smiled faintly. "You are a brave red-haired girl. Take this gray flower. Wherever you make someone smile, a petal will regain its color. When it blooms again, all colors will return." Ruby held the gray flower close and hurried back to the village. She saw an old man sitting alone near the fountain. She sat beside him and told him a funny story about a cat who thought it was a lion. The old man laughed so hard that tears rolled down his cheeks, and one petal on the flower turned pink. Next, Ruby helped the baker's daughter fix her broken kite. When the kite soared again, the girl's laughter filled the air, and another petal turned blue. She shared her bread with hungry children, sang songs to lonely grandmothers, and even hugged a crying boy who had lost his toy. With every act of kindness, the flower grew brighter orange, yellow, green, and violet. Finally, as the sun set, the last petal turned red, the same color as Ruby's hair. A warm light spread through the village. The grass turned green again, the sky shone bright blue, and the flowers sparkled with life. Everyone cheered and hugged each other. "The colors are back," they shouted. Ruby smiled and looked at her reflection in the fountain. Her red hair gleamed brighter than ever. The fairy appeared once more and said, "You see, Ruby, colors live in kindness. As long as hearts are full of care, the world will never lose its light again." Ruby nodded proudly. "Then I'll keep spreading smiles forever," and she did. From that day on, whenever someone in the village felt sad, Ruby was there with her flaming red hair, her glowing heart, and her promise to keep the world full of color. Moral: kindness and happiness bring color to life.